Holy smokes! Well, April has been instantly productive. Thank you very much, Tony Leo. Uh, guess I'm on the front page for a little bit. Holy crap, thank you. Very appreciated. Holy smokes, there's a ton of people here waiting as well. Hi. I guess this is a triumphant return. Hello, all. Hope tonight finds you well. Hope you all have had a great week. Great couple of weeks, given I've been gone this whole time. Give me a sec as I get the last of this up, as well as stop that rattle. Oh, I'm testing all kinds of new stuff. It looks like other people are too. Holy crap. Well, thank you all. Quick ASMR. As a heads up, Kick does not appear to be. Oh, no, it is. Never mind. Kick's cooperating. I didn't even notice that. Yay. It wasn't signing in there for a sec earlier. I guess it just did it on its own. Okay. We do that. And that. And that. And that. And we're live. Hello, everyone. Hope tonight finds you well. Hope you all have had a great weekend, so on and so forth. Hope you're looking forward to a good weekend. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So we've got news and updates. Calibrate, please. There we go. A lot of stuff going on. So it has been a busy couple of weeks, and I have missed streaming. Holy smokes, have I missed streaming. We've got a little bit of newses to go as we do. Big one being, if you're watching me on Trovo, I'm afraid to say it, but you're gonna need to find me on another location. Sadly, that's probably why Tony Leo decided to dump all that stuff out now, because unfortunately, Trovo's shutting down. They say they're going to a game mode, but I hate to say it, but I do not think Trovo stands a lot of a chance in the long run. So spend your elixir and your mana while you can. I'm seeing two different dates. Some people are saying Trovo is over on the 30th of April. Other people are saying Trovo is over on the 30th of June. But regardless of which one Trovo is over in, sadly, you've got to spend the currency that you have there. I would not recommend buying more. And if you are watching me, I ask that you please check out my solo and links in order to find other places to watch me, should you wish to continue watching me. I would really appreciate that. So that is the end of that particular bit of news / updates, I guess. I am running another big one is, as you could see in the beginning, Stellar Warfare has partnered with us. And so I would like to ask you to please check out my Xsolla store and purchase Stellar Warfare. Actually, I just realized I may have done an oopsie. I just realized that the actual Stellar Warfare... No, it's not. The Stellar Warfare chat notice is not, in fact, going. Oh, no. No! I'm just going to get that running real quick. But yeah, Stellar Warfare has been kind enough to partner with us through the Xsolla website. Me. Through the Xsolla website, they are, and this is going to go to like 2030. So if you purchase through my link that will start roving in a second, you will be able to support the development of Stellar Warfare, which is like a one-person game. We'll be playing some of it tonight, as well as my channel. So I would really appreciate it. Please support our channel partner, Stellar Warfare. Support both of us here. And there's the link. There we go. That should work. All right. Despite my frantic attempts to be ready, I clearly am still not ready. But I have gotten a lot of things working that should hopefully make things easier when it comes to running and managing the stream. So cross your fingers that it stays that way. But yeah, those are the two big pieces of news. Again, a big thank you to everyone for being here for the start. Thank you for the support. Thank you very much, Tony Leo. Holy smokes. Guess I'll get attention while it lasts on Trovo. For now, though, I would like to talk about something that is not sponsored and is not a partner with the stream, but is very, very cool. The Dark Matter book, D&D book, which I am at full transparency, I am a Kickstarter backer of, and I have been looking through it, and I am super duper excited for it. We won't be going over the whole thing. I do want to make an actual video talking about the setting and stuff. It fixes a lot of stuff, particularly Spelljammer. It does a lot of cool stuff. We're going to only look at one specific subclass for now, though. Just for the moment, that is very interesting and a little bit embarrassing for the main Dungeons and Dragons game. Let me go down here to the Ranger subclass. The Bounty Hunter fixes Hunter's Mark. For those of you unfamiliar, Hunter's Mark is a Ranger-only subclass. Not subclass, spell. And it is famously bad. The Hunter's Mark spell is really, really bad. It's concentration. It's supposed to help you find a target and do more damage, but you have to already see the target to cast it. It's bad. And so, but when you go to the new Bounty Hunter subclass, which there's a lot of fun stuff in here, you get a couple new abilities that fix Hunter's Mark. Ability number 1, Bounty Hunter's Mark. You can spend 10 minutes casting Hunter's Mark to track a creature that is familiar to you or that has been described to you in detail. When you cast a spell in this way, it has the following differences. The spell's duration becomes concentration, up to 24 hours. Spell ends if the target drops to 0 hit points. If you reduce the marked creature to 0 hit points with a spell or ranged attack roll, you can knock the target out, as opposed to just with melee. As you would with a melee weapon. Tracking fob. You have a tracking device configured to track the target while it is marked on the same plane of existence as you. This device beeps intermittently to indicate the direction and distance to the target. Gee, I wonder what this is based on, but also, holy crap, we can now cast it as a ritual without already seeing the target and use it to find the target, as you're supposed to do with Hunter's Mark. Good grief. When you hit a creature with a weapon, the weapon deals an extra 1d8 damage to the target if there are no allies within 5 feet of it. You can deal the extra damage only once per turn, just improving Ranger damage because they badly need it. Threat assessment. You have advantage on saving throws against effects caused by the creature currently marked by your Hunter's Mark. So now, instead of just doing 1d6 extra damage and that's pretty much it, you're now protected against the creature in which you've done your mark. Finally, takedown tactics. Once per turn, when you deal damage to a creature marked by your Hunter's Mark, you can deal an extra 2d4 force damage. You could choose one of the following effects. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier, minimum of once, and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. You mean you do extra damage when you use the concentration spell that's like it's like Hex but worse in every way? Holy crap. Oh, what a thought. You can also daze the target, which gives them disadvantage on the next saving throw. Knock them prone, which gives everyone advantage on them unless they're at range. And hobble them. Target speed is reduced to 0 until the start of your next turn. Just keep them where they are. Holy smokes, this is such an improvement. And finally, Perilous Dodge. When a creature hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to apply a -10 penalty to the attack roll. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. You can also restore your use of it by expending a level 2 or higher spell slot. Rangers just became good, and Hunter's Mark just became a spell that you want to use badly. That is such a massive improvement over the base Ranger and just the base spell. And I would highly recommend anyone that just here you can see, just pull the stuff from Dark Matter here. This fixes the Ranger so much in this one subclass, and it's not even sci-fi specifics. A lot of these subclasses are sci-fi specific, and this is not. This is just you are the Ranger that you were always meant to be. So, I wanted to do little short deep dives into the different bits of this book as we go. This is our first one because holy smokes, they fixed an entire class with one subclass. They didn't need to change anything about the core class. I am very, very glad for the Rangers because they badly needed this one. And I want to play a bounty hunter Ranger just for the better Ranger. Just to get the feel of it's fixed. Alright. So that's our D and Rambles for tonight. Dungeons and Rambles. I just wanted, like I said, we're just going to do short little deep dives rather than take forever on these as we go through while I work on a full proper video talking about the dark matter, which again, I'm not sponsored by, but I could be. Stellar Warfare, thank you very much. Now, before we finish though, or finish? We're just starting. Before we move on to the games, we have some videos to do. I'm very bribable. I am. Look, at least I'm transparent about it. And I just saw another video to add to the list. I already had 2 videos up, 3 videos, and I'm seeing 2 more videos that need to be added to the list. But we're going to start with Brandon Herrera again. This came up right before everything, right after I ended, so of course it did. Brandon Herrera, the bill to legalize machine guns. I have seen so much on this. Good luck, because there are some people that just will refuse to ever allow any of this to happen, in spite the statistics saying otherwise.
What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers, and welcome back to actually something we don't get to do very often, a video where we get to talk about gun laws and say that we have some good news. Good news,
you still up? Okay, I thought he was, but I wasn't sure. Let me just boost that, and we'll try again.
What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers, and welcome back to actually something we don't get to do very often, a video where we get to talk about gun laws and say that we have some good news. Good news, cigarette news. Have you, as a law-abiding American citizen, ever wanted to own a machine gun?
Was a bear shit in the woods?
If the answer to that question is no, I would recommend getting your testosterone checked. Machine guns are based. All right, seriously, we don't have to do that every fucking time. Well, there's apparently a few states that are proposing a new law that would allow you to do just that. Now, machine guns are already technically legal in the United States, but incredibly heavily regulated. Half the shit I have behind me on that wall is a machine gun, but I am a 0702 FFL with SOT.
Business. Numbers.
He spends a
Very
lot of money
complicated
for
way
that.
of saying I've got hella licensing that allows me to do that as a dealer. Now, the average American citizen can still buy a machine gun, but it has to be a transferable machine gun, meaning that it was a machine gun that was registered with the NFA prior to May of 1986. And since that's a very limited amount of guns, they're very expensive, supply and demand and all that. But what if there was a way for an average non-felon, law-abiding gun owner to be able to buy a new production machine gun? Well, good news. New legislation has been proposed in several states, possibly allowing you to do just that. Something I'm actually kind of surprised hasn't happened before, but it's exploiting a loophole in the Hughes Amendment to the Firearm Owners Protection Act, which ironically is the exact amendment that prohibits civilian machine gun ownership of a machine gun that was made after 1986. So the Firearm Owner Protection Act was Ronald Reagan's bill that, was supposed to do just that, protect firearm owners. But unfortunately, a Democrat member of Congress, Hughes, tacked on the Hughes Amendment, basically limiting the window for you to be able to register a machine gun under the NFA to May of 1986, meaning that all the machine guns that were on the market were all that American civilians would be able to buy moving forward. You couldn't register a new one. But there's a new bill that's being proposed in places like Kentucky, West Virginia, Idaho, and hopefully soon in Texas that gets around.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick just to let people know while I'm thinking about it that they are trying that again. The SAVE Act, the various DHS funding acts, and so on and so forth have had at various points snuck in more amendments banning the sale of firearms. So, that's part of the reason why they haven't passed and why that's one of several reasons why they haven't passed, but that's basically being snuck in as a means of trying to hamper them getting passed in terms of, okay, we'll give you this, but you're going to ban all guns.
around that law in a honestly very interesting way. It's a very new concept, and just like constitutional carry, it might be one of those things that happens in one state and then starts spreading all over the country. Because if there's one thing every red-blooded American wants to do, it's spreading them. Who writes these? Jokes aside, this is actually a very interesting subject. I have not seen a loophole exploited quite this way, and I'm curious to see if this actually has legs. We're going to dive a little bit into the details, but what this might be is one of the final nails in the coffin that finally puts the NFA away. Because if there's one thing I've been firm on in this channel...
Absolutely throwing fits.
Man, the innuendo's getting crazy. Because if there's one thing I've been firm about in this channel, it's that the NFA is gay.
Isn't that comfy? I'm also going to talk to you about Lear Capital. You ever thought about investing in metals? Like precious metals, not like the heavy metals that are in all of your food and probably in your testicles. Precious metals are a great wealth protector. I mean, they're never worth nothing. And they're actually, I mean, with the growth in the tech sectors, silver and gold are very, very useful for practical applications, which is one of the reasons why they've kind of shot through the roof recently. A lot of people got a little scared with the recent correction in the market. I'm not one of them. I still have my holdings, diamond hands. Because with the people I've talked to, especially over at Lear Capital, they're still predicting $6,000 gold and $200 silver at some point in the future. And given the rate of inflation in the last, 50 to 100 fucking years, it's better than the shitcoin known as the US dollar. Because for fuck's sake, if the government does not stop printing money, we're going to be in a very, very bad way. Somebody should run for office and fix that. Anyway, Lear Capital is a fantastic resource if you're looking to learn more about investing in precious metals. I keep trying to tell Lear that if they're trying to sell people on, information and learning more about investing and investing in precious metals, it's about learning. You should have like a Lear, a Learing center. So like learingcenter.com.
It took me a sec to realize where that was going.
Somalia or Minnesota already has that taken. Long story short, it's not too late to invest, and you can download free information from them over at Lear Capital. You can call them at 800-855-7272, or you can go to learbrandon.com. That will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well, of course. And you can receive up to $20,000 in free bonus metals with a qualified purchase. And once again, for no reason in particular, I feel like I'm going to walk back over to the bar/desk while also thanking SDI, Sonoran Desert Institute, for once again being a sponsor of the channel. We greatly appreciate them. If you ever wanted to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology, you don't know where to start, maybe check them out. Links are in the description and in the pinned comment.
So without being too long-winded about it, here's the scoop. State Representatives Chris Rose in West Virginia and TJ Roberts in Kentucky have proposed some new legislation. It's basically exploiting a legal loophole that might allow average, everyday, law-abiding, non-felon citizens to buy newly manufactured machine guns directly from their state governments. And this isn't like some of those bills that you've seen where it's like 2A sanctuary states, or like the thing they tried to do in Texas where they said, oh, suppressors are legal as long as they're in Texas. Because then you always had the NFA to worry about, and even though it's legal in the state, it may not be legal federally. But these bills are unique in a way that they exploit federal law. And basically what this comes down to is a clause within the Hughes Amendment itself, basically saying that the ban on ownership or transfer of newly manufactured machine guns doesn't apply when it was transferred by a government, in this case, the state government. So these state legislators beg to ask the question, does that mean we can just set up a government agency that sells machine guns to the people? And from some of the attorneys that I've spoken to and a lot of gun rights groups, the answer seems to be, yeah, probably. Never in my life have I ever heard of anybody trying to exploit this loophole, and I'm currently wondering why it's taken this long. But yeah, if this legislation gets passed, it looks like it would probably hold up in court. Luckily, TJ Roberts is actually a friend of mine. We go way back to the YAL days. I got to talk to him on the phone a little bit earlier and kind of explain this legislation a little bit. He was, of course, one of the sponsors for the bill in Kentucky. So the way the bill is written, to my understanding, if you are eligible to buy a firearm in the state of Kentucky, meaning you don't have a history of mental illness, no criminal record, you're not a felon, you don't have a history of domestic violence, all the typical things that you would need to pass a federal NICS check anyway. So as long as you pass all of that, you would be eligible to buy a machine gun from the Office of Public Defense. So if you wanted to buy a full auto AR-15,
That's a great name.
you could do that. And not only would the government be okay with it, they would be your dealer. And not for the inflated price of a transferable. I mean, every day people buy clapped out transferable AR-15s or M16s and what have you for 15, 20 grand. I was told that this would be for market price plus a $250 transfer fee, which is nothing compared to what transferable machine guns go for nowadays. This is cool for a lot of reasons. One, you get to buy a fucking machine gun from the government. Never would have thought that would be in the cards. The other one is there's actually a pretty good argument that this is a good revenue generation tactic for the state. You know, if the state of Kentucky was to sell 10,000 machine guns this way, which is not unreasonable, you generate $2.5 million in tax revenue just based on the fee alone. It's literally the same argument that people used for marijuana legalization, how much the tax revenue would generate for the state. In fact, one of the
Gambling. How much money do the various different lotteries and gambling sites make states?
things Kentucky's working on right now is getting their state income tax down to zero, and this is one of the ways you could probably do that. I mean, according to Google, right now, Kentucky ended their 2025 fiscal year with a $312 million general fund surplus. And so far, since 2018, they've moved their state income tax from 5% incrementally down to currently 3.5%. So there's a chance Kentucky could do the most based shit ever right now, which is not only essentially legalize machine guns, but also do it while taking their income tax down to zero. I mean, if Thomas Jefferson was here to hear that sentence, he would have a throbbing heart. His heart would beat faster because he would be so excited. Now, currently, the way that these bills are being written, it would only work within the state that the bill passes in. So if you were to purchase a machine gun from the state of West Virginia, it would only then allow you to keep that in West Virginia. If you bought it in Kentucky, it would have to stay in Kentucky. Now, what I was told was that if you want to sell it to another individual, as long as they're in your state, all they have to do is pay that $250 transfer fee, and you're able to pass that along just like it was a transferable machine gun, which is pretty fucking cool. Now, what I'm not sure about that I think might be kind of fun to explore is if multiple states end up passing this legislation, what if you can get something kind of like reciprocity, like you have for concealed carry, where if you have your concealed carry permit in, let's say, Georgia, that it also applies to then Texas or wherever. So if, let's say, Texas were to pass a bill that were very similar to this, then maybe you could actually buy machine guns that were transferred from the state of West Virginia or Kentucky, and then you start building this basically NFA-proof infrastructure across the country in at least the based states. I don't know if that's something that's feasible, but it opens up a lot of very...
He says as Virginia is banning all guns. Not West Virginia. Rebellion, Virginia.
cool opportunities that really weren't on the table before. Now, the big argument from the gun side of things is, oh, well, what's this going to do to value of transferable machine guns? You know, people saying, oh, you want to end the NFA? Well, what happens to all the value of, people who've, been collecting transferables for years? The answer is I own several transferable machine guns. And yes, this would directly impact the value of that. I would lose tens of thousands of dollars in value probably overnight. And my answer to that? I don't give a fuck. It's a stupid law. Shouldn't have been there in the first place. Anybody who's not willing to do the objective right thing, especially when it comes to something like gun rights, a constitutionally guaranteed right, just because it's going to negatively impact them financially, shouldn't be anywhere near the decision-making process. I think it's cool, and it's another nail in the coffin to the NFA. I mean, truth be told, we've been chipping away at the NFA for a long time now. It kind of started with arm braces, kind of killing the SBR, SBSs, short-barreled rifle, short-barrel shotgun rules. The slide...
Which, as a warning, the ATF is trying to say, yeah, well, we're still going to call you a felon and arrest you anyways, even though the court said that they're fine.
Fire, like the bump stocks, were kind of a big hit. And then, later on, it eventually led to the FRT, which is, if you don't have access to machine guns or an SOT or transferables or anything like that, an FRT is a pretty good stand-in. Not to mention with new lawsuits that are coming.
Which ATF is currently funding Rare Breed, suing everyone else that makes FRTs. So,
out right now, there's a pretty good chance the Supreme Court actually strikes down things like SBRs and SBSs and silencers from the NFA. Because according to a Supreme Court ruling, I believe from 1937, The only reason that suppressors and SBRs and everything like that, the only reason the NFA was allowed to pass in the first place as constitutional is because you were registering a tax, not the firearm. But thanks to the big, beautiful bill, although we didn't get the win we were trying to get, which was the removal of SBRs and suppressors from the NFA entirely, they did remove the tax, which means it's now a $0 tax stamp. So if you're not registering the tax, what the fuck are you registering if not the gun? So there's a real good constitutional argument to be made there. If the Supreme Court takes it up, pretty good chance we can beat the NFA on that grounds as well. But my point being is it's like a death from a million pinpricks. I mean, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, the NFA was just kind of this monolith. You really couldn't fuck with it. But even just in the last 20 years or so that I've been paying attention to the gun industry, I mean, we've chipped away at it piece by piece, and I think this is the next domino to fall. The question is, will it pass? From what I've been told, probably not this time. These are bills that are probably going to have to be revised and then put forward again at a new legislative session. But this was an idea that didn't even exist a year ago, and now we've got multiple states starting to come forward with similar legislation. So I think this has legs.
Cross
I
your
really
fingers,
do.
folks.
And when one state does it and they can successfully defend it, I think a lot of other base states are going to follow suit. And I already have people in the state legislature that I'm talking to right now in Texas to make sure that we are one of those based states. Because you have my word on this, if somebody in Texas puts forward this legislation before the state house to try to get it passed, a similar bill to this, I will do everything in my power to make sure that it does pass. We will hold rallies.
Keep in mind that he is currently the nominee for representative. Is representative in Texas of his area.
We
Not
will
of all
publicly
Texas.
call out state reps that don't back it. I will move heaven and earth to make sure that Texas does not get outshined by Kentucky or West Virginia. Nothing on you guys, but we have to have a little state pride here. Yeah, this is something that really wasn't on my radar until recently, so I figured you guys would get a kick out of this because this is the first time in my entire lifetime that it seems like there's an actual path to machine gun legalization, or at least effective machine gun legalization. Would I still like to see an eventual future without the NFA in its entirety? Of course, but you know, little incremental changes we can do along the way to just kind of coast our way there. I mean, this is generational change. Shit doesn't happen overnight. You got to do it one bite at a time, and this seems like a very significant bite. That being said, I'll let you guys get back to your day. I'm excited to do a range video here soon. I feel like I haven't been doing enough shooting lately. Kind of had a few things going on. But again, I appreciate you guys staying with me through everything. And as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks. Oh, one more thing. I'm actually going to be doing a machine gun helicopter shoot soon. A couple friends of mine are going to get together. We're going to film some stuff. Shooting machine guns from a helicopter is something that I've done a couple times before. It's a lot of fun. But to help raise a little bit of money for the campaign before the general election, where we have to fight the Democrats in November, we're doing a giveaway. If you want to come out and join me and a couple friends in shooting machine guns out of a helicopter, I've got some personal favorites picked out. Every donation to the campaign in increments of $5 is an entry to that giveaway. So $5 is one entry, $10 is two, $100 is 20. Quick math. It goes towards our war chest to go fight the good fight, but it also is an opportunity to do some cool shit. So the links for that will be in the description and in the pinned comment.
My obsession to make the perfect weapon, like Rasputin's rise to the top.
It goes towards fuck me.
Okay. Would be very awesome indeed. Annoyed. Trovo is not cooperating. And then we will move on. Gonna play a little bit of Stellar Warfare before we get to the main games. Because, you know, we gotta give Stellar Warfare love because they're giving us love. You know? Let me see. Is that working now? It appears to be. Don't know if it's going to stay working, but we can hope. All right. Let's get Stellar Warfare going, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to do that. We're going to do this. Still trying to work out this hodgepodged way to stream the games over. Okay. Because the capture key and my camera keys conflict a tiny bit, that's why I moved over. So I'm still working on fixing things. So I played a little bit of this. That's how I got the B-roll. So I know a little bit about what I'm doing with this game, but I haven't had a lot of time to really get into it just because I was dealing with family for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, let's start with the campaign. And again,
That mining outpost ceased all communication ever since the fleet-wide power outage. We should investigate. Send out a ship to see if you can achieve visual communication.
Orders confirmed.
I like the designs of the ships in this game too.
Orders received.
What the hell? Why are they firing at us?
Double time.
We better back off for now and get in
Ship
touch with
under
Central.
attack.
Course confirmed.
Let's try the nearby
Oh, that's a
zone
lot of
move.
fire.
and see if that still works.
Reporting for duty, Admiral. Destination confirmed. Orders received.
Yeah, by hitting C, you can go into these
Sending
nice
message to Central
cinematics.
Command. Message rejected. What's going on? Did the power surge hit Central Command as well?
Reporting for duty, Admiral.
That's more than half a light year away.
On the move. Course confirmed. Coordinates locked in.
I don't think we should stay here any longer. Let's back off for now and set up a communications base elsewhere. We need to get in contact with Central Command and tell them we were just attacked by one of our own mining outposts.
You are victorious.
Oh. I think we should play another mission. Well, it is called a campaignette, not a campaign.
Moving out.
Probably should have done a skirmish. Those don't have story, but they have, you know.
The communication
More
system is
battles.
almost up and running. In the meantime, we should collect some resources and build some defenses. Just to be sure.
Oh, I've got four minutes to set up a wave. Move ship near the mining outpost. See if it. Okay.
Building.
Drop out 3 surveyors to gather resources.
Ready for operations.
New
On the
ship
way.
constructed.
Ready. Moving to
Complex.
destination. Ready. Engines to full.
Complex. There we go. Makes it a little easier to see. Storage so we can gather
Building.
more stuff. Because these little guys, if they sit next to an area, they will activate it.
Construction complete.
And you can do stuff with verticality here.
Building.
Put some defenses next to these.
Building. Construction complete.
Actually, probably should put some defenses around me too.
Building. Construction complete. Building. Not enough power.
All right, well then let's get more power.
Building. Construction complete.
Yep, now the resource problem, which I am frantically trying to solve.
Construction complete. Building.
Refinery next to the rock. Let's
Building.
deploy one
Construction
of each of our light
complete.
frigates. Or light ships.
New ship
United
constructed.
frigates. We have a minute till the next
New
wave.
ship constructed. New ship Building. constructed. New construction complete.
Ship reporting.
Relocating.
Okay, so I've got defenses around most things.
Construction complete.
Let's do some more surveyors. For more resource gathering.
Engines
Construction
to full.
complete. Not enough population.
Reporting. Underway.
Not enough population. Habitat station. Solve that easy enough.
Building. Construction complete.
Oh, wave is incoming. I think I might need
Ready.
to retreat my surveyors.
Underway. Engines to full.
Construction
Underway.
complete.
Incoming ships.
Hyperspace exit detected.
They're not responding to our hails.
Ship reporting.
MLAB
Okay, we've
signals
got
are being
4
ignored as
ships.
well.
Thruster is engaged. Awaiting orders. Rallying to waypoint.
Gonna stay back here to let that missile platform help us. Oh no, it's 2 minutes till next wave, so they're not waiting for the
Standing
waves to
by.
be done.
Moving.
So I'm just gonna send
Ready
these
for
guys out
operation.
to gather what
Moving.
resources I can. Do an unlock. Gets us more ships. Get a carrier out here.
Building.
What was that, Admiral? Engines to full. Engines to full. Ready for orders. Relocating. Underway.
They're powering up
Construction
weapons. They're definitely
complete.
hostile.
full.
Weapons hot.
We should treat them as
Defend
hostiles.
Ship
for the
under
time being,
attack.
But we have to contact
fire
Central Command
first.
and figure out what the hell is going on.
You know what? I am going to stick with this in order to see what's going on. Okay.
Yes, Admiral?
Take out the big boy.
Attacking.
Yeah, now we can see the health. The trumpet is because one of them gained veterancy for a kill. Oh, salvage. I like how they say doomed whenever it's like it's not dead yet, but you don't need to worry about shooting it
Ship
anymore.
under attack. Hyperspace Building. exit detected.
Yeah, here they come.
Building.
Yes.
Oh,
Target
and I lost a
acquired.
ship. Those health bars are good for knowing what
Construction
what's going
complete.
on. But a tad in the way.
Plotting course.
Yes, Admiral. New coordinates entered.
Construction complete.
Yes. Underway.
Yes, Admiral.
Yeah. Moving out.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, get a couple
Coordinates received.
more ships for our group.
Rallying to waypoint.
Weapons hot.
Ship under attack.
Weapons hot.
I really like that it's 3D. I like that we've got nice long ranges because it's space, and why wouldn't you? Oh, that's a big one.
Our base is under attack.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
Weapons ready.
Engaging.
Moving. Ready for operations. Engines to full. Ready. Engines to full.
Go get me resources. Next wave in 20 seconds.
Reporting for duty, Admiral. Double time.
Oh my. I don't know what happened, but I guess that's there now.
Hyperspace exit detected.
Awaiting your orders. Moving out.
All right.
On the move.
Building.
All right. So there's a bunch. These guys already have their missile defenses.
Reporting for duty, Admiral. Double time.
So we can hang out with the missile defenses. Could build missiles here.
Construction complete. Building.
Construct more ships.
New
Building.
ship constructed. Building.
Put up another missile platform.
Rallying to waypoint.
Ship reporting.
Our
Reporting to
construction
new
under
location.
attack.
Shifting. Reporting to new location. Awaiting orders.
Okay.
Ship under attack.
I am glad that I've been building those defenses because they are the only thing slowing them down. Because they split up. Though, admittedly, the enemy splitting up is making it easier for my fleet to actually tear them to pieces.
Shifting. Attacking. New coordinates
Alright, you
entered.
come over here.
Weapons
Alright,
hot.
That's doomed.
Attacking.
Damn.
Building. Ship under attack.
Alright, who doesn't have missile platform defenses over here?
Building. Construction complete.
Oh,
Hyperspace
just in
exit
time, here they
detected.
come.
Awaiting your orders. Moving.
Construction complete. Building.
Storage facility. Another
Not
beam
enough
ship.
population.
Darn it. Another habitat then.
Building.
Yeah, I'm gonna let these guys hang back. Let the
Our
missiles
base is under attack.
slow them down before I move the fleet. up to
Construction
engage.
complete. Ship under attack. Construction
Oh wow,
complete.
they're coming in high. All right,
Attacking.
engage the big guy.
New ship constructed.
That one's just going off on its own, apparently.
Engaging. Awaiting your orders.
They're
Our
attacking the
base is under
communications array.
attack.
Stop them.
I'm trying. This guy's having a good time. He keeps getting promotions.
Ship under attack. New ship constructed.
Moving.
Okay. Got that fleet over here. We've got a fleet building over here. Want to build a dreadnought. Oh, wait,
Hyperspace
I don't have
exit
the supplies
detected.
to build a dreadnought.
Awaiting orders.
Holy
Attacking.
crap.
Awaiting orders.
That's all the missiles. Holy crap.
Ship under attack.
Get him. Assault platform. Yeah, that's the word for it. Everyone.
Ship reporting. Target acquired. Yes, Admiral?
Our base
Weapons
is
hot.
under attack.
All right. Two-pronged defense this time.
Ship under attack.
I need more storage to be able to afford
Building.
a dreadnought. I'm pretty confident in my twin fleet's ability to
Construction
stop these
complete.
guys. I'm a fan of the ship designs in this. Not just because, you know, stream partner, but I like the ship designs in this. They feel appropriately they feel like an appropriate mix between realistic and
Ship under attack.
and fun designs. You know? Is that the last guy? Is everyone else dead? Okay, that's the last guy for that wave. Fall back and move to the relay facility. The shipyard's fine. Look at that. They're beating the snot out of them.
Ship reporting. Yes, Admiral?
Thruster is engaged.
Hyperspace exit detected.
Yes, Admiral?
Though we are admittedly
Moving.
running out of ships. But, aha!
Insufficient metal.
What do you mean insufficient metal? Are you kidding me? I don't have the... Alright. We'll settle for the mega launcher. Are you... There we go.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, I
Our
am
base
a bit
is under
light
attack.
on, I didn't realize how many units I had lost in that fight.
Weapons hot.
Ship under attack.
All right.
New ship constructed.
Reporting in. Understood. Underway. Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
New ship constructed.
Yes, Admiral? Not in course. Yes, Admiral? Weapons engaged.
All right, those are our heavy ships.
Building. Our base is under attack. Ship under attack. New ship
Frigates
constructed.
Oh, there went a storage
New ship
facility.
constructed. New ship constructed. New ship constructed.
Contact.
New ship constructed.
Admiral?
New ship constructed.
Engaging enemy.
Get the gear.
Building. Hyperspace exit detected.
Are you... Up to his right, how many of these are there?
Admiral?
Alright, fall back, defensive formation.
New coordinates entered.
Construction complete. Ship under attack.
All right, let's get some missile platforms
Building.
for a new layer of defense.
Building.
Admiral?
All right,
Construction
get the big guy
complete.
first.
Attacking.
Our base is under attack. New ship constructed. New ship constructed.
Yeah, there's a lot of waves to
Construction
this
complete.
apparently.
Target acquired.
Okay,
Ship under attack.
anti-heavy defense.
Building.
Photon. Okay, the big guy's doomed at least. Yeah, at least defenses are nice
Building.
and cheap.
Construction complete. Our base is under attack. Construction complete.
Looks like some of them are breaking off to try to take out my other defenses. Or other facilities.
Reading.
Engaging.
Ship under attack.
Orders, Admiral?
Okay, not the big one.
Awaiting your orders. Engaging enemy.
As you command. Attacking!
The
Yes,
Dreadnought
Admiral.
is
Engaging.
gonna stay with the base.
Hyperspace
Oh,
exit
boy.
detected.
Are you kidding me?
Our base is under attack.
Awaiting orders. Orders confirmed.
Fall back and get in formation.
Ship under attack.
Kill him fast. Kill him faster.
Building. Building.
All right.
What are your orders?
Get the big guy.
As you command.
Construction complete. Not enough power. Insufficient metal.
Plotting course.
They are still trying to kill that guy over here.
Construction complete. Ship under attack.
Ooh. Yes, let's put a fortress here.
Building.
Get him.
Our base is under attack.
Ooh, finally.
Reading you.
Engaging enemy. Engaging enemy.
Construction
hot.
complete. Not enough power.
Okay. Oh no, we lost the Dreadnought. Or the Mega Launcher. that I traded for theirs.
Ship under attack.
Awaiting your orders.
Get in there.
Moving. Weapons hot.
Okay, so the new mega launcher is currently under construction. Yeah, they're knocking out my peripheral production, but my main base...
Hyperspace exit detected.
Well...
Reporting for duty, Admiral.
Engaging.
I was gonna say my main base was well defended, but I'm starting to think it probably isn't.
Reporting to new location. Attacking.
Ship reporting. Understood, sir.
Our base is under attack. Ship under attack.
Okay, there's a lot of light, so let's just build a bunch of fly swatters to support this, because most of my stuff is anti-heavy now.
Yes.
Attacking. Target acquired.
Hive. Oh, it's a carrier.
Awaiting your orders. Engaging enemy. Engaging enemy.
Alright. Much more bees. Habitat,
Building.
so I can get more ships out.
Ship under attack. Our
I think
base
this
is
is-
under attack.
I think this is either the last or the next to last wave, but holy smokes.
Construction complete.
Yes.
Orders confirmed. Engaging target.
Okay, so that wave went down pretty quickly, at least. Alright.
Not enough power. Hyperspace exit detected.
Ship reporting.
Get him!
Underway.
Weapons hot.
Our base is under attack.
Ah, they're doing this strategy
Ship
again.
under attack.
Holy! Okay, that's the boss. I think I'm gonna need more of the Titan killers.
Underway.
Attacking.
Weapons engaged.
Holy crap, what?
Not enough. New ship constructed.
That one lays on the heart.
Ship under attack.
Yes. Unit reporting.
Our
Understood,
base is
sir.
under attack.
Contact.
Yeah, it says it's the last wave, and boy, does it need to be.
Engaging enemy. Awaiting orders.
Attacking enemy.
Oh, well, it's focusing on these two over here.
Ship under attack.
What just happened? Anyways, while it's focusing on that guy up there, the Mega Launcher is getting to just throw everything at him, but I don't know if that's actually
Yes,
enough.
Admiral?
Our base is under attack.
Weapons hot.
Okay, so we've actually managed to wipe out most of their wave. Somehow. It only cost me most of my ships.
Weapons engaged.
But I still have my base defenses. Though he is now close enough to be firing on my base directly. But because of that, he's completely ignoring the Mega Launcher, which is just eating his health points. Sure.
Ship under attack.
Yes,
Oh,
Admiral.
now he's attacking it.
Attacking.
All right. Since all we have is big
Our
ships,
base is under attack.
hit him with all the Titan killers you can get.
Underway, sir. Understood, sir.
Engaging enemy. We got him right where we want him.
Do we?
Ready and waiting. Engaging target. Awaiting orders. Engaging target.
Yeah, the Mega Launcher's having a bad time.
New ship under attack. New ship constructed.
Sneak a photon base
Building.
up here while he's busy with the other stuff.
Our base is under attack. New ship constructed. New ship constructed. Construction complete. New ship constructed.
Yeah, I think we're pretty solidly gonna win because he's getting swarmed now.
Not
But-
enough power. Building.
This was definitely at a cost.
New ship constructed. Building. Ship New ship
But-
constructed. Building.
Yeah, I don't think he can deal with all the Titan killers.
New ship constructed.
I lost the Mega Launcher, but I don't think,
Building.
even with all his missiles, that he can do anything about this.
Our new ship is under attack. Building.
The communications array is up and running. Quick, send the message. Receiving reply.
Those missiles are looking for something to kill.
They're just broadcasting the same message on loop. Something must have happened to Central Command.
Not enough power.
Large-scale rebellion in the Kara, Vesubaya Plaza sector. Massive power surge detected. Cause unknown. Communications unstable. Chain of command disrupted. Military assets compromised, governmental bodies compromised, multiple planetary scale riots. We are about to be overrun. If you receive this message, we advise you to seek shelter until more information becomes available.
Well, that's
Central
Not
Command
enough
out.
population.
This message will now repeat itself.
You are victorious.
Oh. That was a fight. Let's get this big swarm of
Greeting you.
Titan killers now sitting around. Oh, that was a fight. I feel like they tend to add more here. All right. That was a slog of a fight, but it was a good slog of a fight. Time for a reward for that grind. Oh, here we go. Wait for it. Really? Have to actually put some muscles on. Who would have thought? Did it not work? Well, it worked. It's just the muscles aren't quite as obvious as the others. I do. That's one of the things I didn't get finished, which was making them more comically big. But that is on the to-do list. So, I think that was fun. And we're going to be coming back. We're going to be doing more. But I think we're going to call that for this game for tonight. And we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to play the first of our 2 regular games. Or maybe react. We're going to do something as we continue on. All right. Okay. So, give me a sec. Okay. Gotta reset Steam before I forget. Alright, so I will see you guys in a couple minutes, where we will continue with whatever we decide to do next. I will be right back. Okay, I return. So what do we think? Are we reacting to something, or are we doing another game? React, then game. All right, react. So we've got a ton of options for what to react to. Because we had another Brandon Herrera video, the final boss of Cursed Guns. But I'm seeing that we also have, from Administrative Results, a AA-12 with a forced reset trigger. From the Fat Electrician, Sergeant York. And from Forgotten Weapons, you know what, we're going to do Forgotten Weapons. What's the best militia rifle? That's what we're going to do. It's also the shortest of them, which is why that's the one we're doing. So this is TBF TV with Forgotten Weapons, Carl, and Administrative Results. What's the best militia rifle? It's the shortest of the options, so that's why that's what we're doing.
Hey everyone, James Reeves, TFB TV. Today, a little bit of a social media experiment. I asked the same dumb question to 3 different smart gun tubers separately without telling any of them who else was being asked or who else would be in the video.
You are going to think this video is hilarious whenever it runs, and
I'm gonna say what my piece is without having had any chance to think about this more than this stream. If you're in the United States, an AR-15 platform, because they're so popular, they're everywhere. If you need ammo, you can find ammo most likely. You can find magazines, you can find parts. They're interchangeable. It's easy to convert to other calibers if you need to. I'm going to say in the United States, it's an AR-15 platform, anything, because there's a ton of them. Metric ton of them. You could turn them into shotguns. You can use them as bush rifles if you need to go hunting and stuff. The barrels come in every length that you can think of. In the US, that's what I'm going to go with. Also, it's been around forever, and everyone knows they work at this point.
you'll see why.
Those gun tubers, Administrative Results. It is my distinct honor and privilege to have my friend Aaron, also known as Administrative Results, on the program. No one better to kick this video off with a true third world shithole combatant LARPer,
when
Ian
this music
McCollum.
starts playing, it's
Weapons.
always
It is my
concerning.
honor and privilege to have Mr. Ian McCollum, a good friend of mine who I've known for a long time on the program. I can't think of anyone better to discuss what I've been calling like Guns of the Warlords. Carl Casarda. Carl Casarda, you're familiar with him, In Range TV. They each got the same scenario. Well, I've got a kind of a fun thought experiment. You have the cult, the militia of Ian McCollum. Now, there is one that presently exists here out there on the internet, and they're probably watching this video. But I mean the physical manifestation. You have a militia, you've got 100 to 150 conscripts, 17 to 60-year-olds to fight in your despot militia.
I like how you just casually throw child soldiers in.
And I'm not going to tell you where. It could be anywhere in the face of the earth. So we're not going to try to game it with, you know, we're going to do 308, we're going to do... You don't know where you're going to end up.
I don't know my logistics.
You don't know. All you know is that you're dealing with a bunch of uneducated conscripts who are willing to die for you because of how charismatic you are and how much money you've brought in from the drug trade or human trafficking or whatever it is. Yeah.
I like to think my illicit trade would be growing.
Well, like avocados are called green.
Okay, so that gets interesting. So if we're not in the US, if we're just being dropped someplace and handing conscripts weapons, that gets interesting. The AR platform is still a very strong contender, though. Not in full automatic for your untrained conscripts, no. Semi's fine. I'm still inclined to stick with the AR platform because it's low recoil, so even someone who doesn't know what they're doing isn't at risk of it just flying everywhere with 5.56 rounds. There's arguments for the AK just because they can sort of be beat up and abused a little bit more than your average AR. They can also be made of a poorer quality and still work than your average AR. So the various AK platforms start to have an argument. I would go for not a 47, but a 74 because its round is a clone of the 5.56, so you get the same benefits of relatively low recoil. Now this is assuming sketchy logistics, and we don't know squat about what we're handing people in terms of what we're doing with this. So that's why I'm sticking with 74U. Well, not U. It's a 74 type. Also, 74s can be updated nicely to be where it's still that cheap, crappy rifle underneath, but it actually has decent, effective, like, modernization on the outside for usability. Yeah, what would I pass out to expendables is basically the question.
Gold for that reason. Like,
yeah.
yeah, they're smuggled. But
Okay, sure. So Avocado King.
Okay, I'm Avocado King. Yeah, that's it.
Money, is it drugs? Is it your influence? Is it for
765
religious?
French long.
Yes, religious reasons. We'll go with that then. Religious reasons. That's why they're big. They're Francophiles.
Bananas.
We are talking about, of course, which gun you would outfit them with.
You found shipping crates.
Okay.
And you want these shipping crates to be filled with one of 4 guns.
Oh.
The FNFAL.
No.
The HK91G3.
No.
Any derivative thereof.
The AK and the AR M16 type rifle. These are all out there.
You don't want the first two because too high a recoil, too hard for too hard for idiots to control without knowing what they're doing. The first two are out because of that. The other 2 options I have already argued for.
We need you to rank these in terms of your preference and assign letter grades and explain why.
Oh, wow.
Does that assignment make sense?
It does.
If they all agree with each other without knowing it, maybe there's a definitive ranking. If not, we'll say the combat rifle battle is still raging. Let's see what happened.
Probably call them the Results Rangers or something.
Yeah, I like that.
It's kind of funny.
No, that's good. It's kind of funny.
Go Results Rangers.
Let's go ahead and start with what you might think would be the worst choice.
The FAL would be my worst pick.
My last choice would be the FNFAL.
Why is that?
A couple reasons. First, it's too powerful. It's a 7.62 NATO rifle. They're going to have a hard time shooting it. Certainly shooting it effectively.
It's taking 308, which is a battle cartridge, which is overpowered for almost every application I would ever be worried about.
It's just a big old musket of a gun.
But the vast majority of them have a gas system that is infinitely adjustable.
This has a little doodle here that is specifically designed for you to make the gas system stop working. And conscript forces will immediately do that. They'll be like, oh, what's this?
Fiddle futz with any dial or thing on the gun, making it possibly inoperable, means to me that it's more of a professional's weapon at best. Dial on it all day long, because you can.
I'm going to click the, oh, neat. It goes clicky, 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 clicky. And then gun will never run again.
If you give it to someone who doesn't know what they're doing and they're messing with that stuff, the FAL is going to fail real quick.
Which isn't that big of a deal because they weren't going to be able to hit anything with a 7.62 NATO rifle anyway.
I'd probably give it.
I am so happy that
I would give it a D.
A D.
D.
Like it gets the job done. You know.
This isn't to say that I don't like the FAL, but I know what I'm doing. The FAL is very much a do not give to people who do not understand what they're doing rifle. Now that's a lot of guns. That's all guns. But given the scenario, yeah, no, the FAL is for trained soldiers. And even then, I'm not giving to my entire force. I'm giving to select soldiers whose job is to know the FAL and use it as a long-range engagement, high-effectiveness rifle. They are some of the best trained people I have.
Accuracy-wise, not that impressive. But overall, you know, it's cool. But to me, it's not like, wow.
True, but I mean, unfortunately, this is one of my favorites. I cannot disagree with you.
Gee, I wonder what number 3 is going to be.
What's number 3?
Number 3, only because it's chambered in 308 again, and again, I don't think we want battle cartridges for untrained soldiers, the G3.
Okay.
Next up, number 3 choice is...
Didn't I just say that the militia would have no control over these two rifles?
It's the G3.
The problem is, this is like the gun you would use to hunt those conscripts. Like that's the problem.
Okay, so he's got a good point.
I guess, you know, it's what it is. It's what it is.
It has the advantage of there's no button that'll make it stop working.
The G3 doesn't have the problem of being infinitely adjustable. In fact, it has the advantage of not being adjustable. The delayed roller system is incredibly reliable.
You need some practice to be able to shoot effectively with a more powerful cartridge.
A little bit more accurate, better iron sights. I love the iron sights on this thing. It's just like they're just unbeatable in my opinion.
This is a gun that is more tolerant of being run by idiots.
And once you learn the basics of open it up, stick in the magazine, close the bolt, shoot gun, you got it.
The thing's just sick, man. These guns were used for a very long time. Like I was saying, even in the global war on terror, probably still being used today by certain countries. Depending on where they
sure.
Are, you know? So it's just kind of hard to beat one of these. These things are just so like robust, and we'll just power through it.
What are we giving it?
I still give it B tier.
I will go with a C.
Because of this, the cartridge, C.
He did have a good point about the using that rifle, and I'd say the previous one, to hunt the conscripts, because these rifles absolutely have superior range and stopping power, which is a real thing, in spite the constant complaints about. It is an actual thing. It's just not quantified the way a lot of people want to quantify it. They hit harder, they hit farther. The militia will be spraying wildly trying to hit you while you're picking them off. But again, you're trained soldiers. I'm going to guess that they collectively put the AR-15 to number 2. Because the AKs can be crappy rifles that are beat to death and still work fine. The AR requires, we don't have the Vietnam problems anymore, but the AR still requires a bit more maintenance, a bit more taken care of, a bit more, you know your way around the gun, even if you're not great with a gun, to be able to keep running in a battlefield condition. So I'm going to say that, well, I mean, disassembly of the AR is super duper easy. You push a button. Now, and unlike a lot of guns, things don't go flying off when you do that. Because there's a lot of guns that have a really super duper easy disassembly, but the moment you push the button, it kind of like boings apart. The AR doesn't do that, which is nice. Now, there's still definitely ways to lose things easier than I'd like. With the AK, you hand it to your conscripts, and you kind of never expect them to open it up to begin with. Let's see if they agree.
Your number 2?
Well, then let's go to our runner-up.
I think you'll be surprised considering all my other work, the AR.
Okay.
I think as far as a conscript gun, this is not worthy. This is yet again another gun you would be hunting those conscripts with.
For a well-trained, well-regulated soldier and army, the AR-15 and the derivatives are better than the AK. But
there's just a little bit more to go wrong on this.
How much time do I have to train these guys?
The AR fail rate is absolutely better in the hands of trained soldiers. Once you get a little bit of practice, this is a gun that will reward that practice, that you can exploit to be significantly superior.
there is the reality is that the AR requires maintenance.
It does need to be cleaned. Not as much as people think.
Not to the degree that people think.
But more than an AK.
I think you're worried about anyone maintaining your gun if you're like tired and hungry all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
For
yeah,
sure.
it could be a factor. I feel like with the AK.
Or just lazy.
Yeah, we're just lazy.
Yeah.
You
Or just high on your bananas.
Yeah, high off a whole bunch of
illicit bananas.
But I could not expect this militia we're speaking of to protect my avocados to really have, let's say, the discipline to clean and maintain an AR-15 reliably, and or the spare parts, if they're fired heavily, to replace, the springs or things over time, because ARs have a duration of range of fire before they will break a bolt or break a spring or wear out a spring. And once the helicopter of the AR-15, because it's a very balanced system, when one part's out of whack, the gun fails.
What grade do we give this?
I'm going to give this an A.
I'd actually jump to A- still.
An
for this.
A-.
I would not go to B for this.
Okay.
A tier. I mean, the recoil impulse a little bit better. Once you figure out the irons, you can teach them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all probably going to be getting into a gunfight within like 200 yards, is my guess. Maybe I'm just not the warlord I think I am. Maybe you guys would be like, hey, dude, your warlord skills for ranking these guns are abysmal.
We've been doing this for a long time. We get a lot of weird people that watch this. I personally guarantee you there's a despotic warlord watching this on YouTube right now. Hopefully, despotic warlord, if you're out there, please comment.
Chime in. Let me know.
Let administrative results know. If
no, sir. Actually, AK is best. AR platform. Terrible.
So the reason I initially went with the AR was assuming I was the militiaman, that we were doing Red Dawn in the United States. That's what I initially thought this was going to be. Where, for me, it's like, okay, I know I have the time to actually learn and figure out an AR at a time. The reality is the average citizen of the U.S. has the luxury time to actually learn the AR platform to the level that you need, which is admittedly a pretty low bar, but it's still a higher bar than out in the middle of the jungle. People have never touched a gun before. Here's your guns. Go die for me. It's still a higher bar than that. So that's why I initially put the ARs first. Plus, like I said, you've got literally millions of people that in the United States that already have ARs, which is where you're getting all your supplies from. If you got to go raiding, you could find stuff. Everyone's already got the same equipment loadout, spare parts, supply. I already went over this, but that's why. I was assuming in a Red Dawn scenario, the country is already ready. If you're dropping me in Africa, no.
AK.
I'll say this.
Did you see that one coming?
Everyone who has done this.
Consistent.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's funny because...
regardless of our other differences, I don't even know who these people are, we're on the same page so far on the firearm topic, for sure.
My last interviewee that I posed the same set of questions to, we said the same thing. Tell us why the AK is the top dog.
AKs is so hard to beat for like a good conscript gun.
Sure.
Simple overall. Teach them a few things. Got your safety lever, charge the gun, put the mag in kind of thing. Your
intermediate power cartridge. 7.62 39 does that. It's still more recoil than an AR, in 5.56.
Also, you can carry a lot of ammunition with low weight.
Absolutely lighter, carry more
Handier.
ammo.
Yeah,
They're probably going to feel better knowing they have more ammo on them.
In the hands of someone who doesn't know how to maintain a weapon and doesn't care about it and is more likely to use it as a pry bar or a step stool or whatever, the AK is going to survive longer.
Very tough to beat for the conscript-orientated ranking.
And you don't have to do anything to it. I mean, the best thing you do is maybe a shoelace with some knots in it and some oil down the barrel once in a while.
The AK is massively overgassed. It has more room for error in terms of getting like rust on the parts.
But it is such a simple manual of arms that it takes not long to say, how does this work? How do you not shoot someone, and how do you shoot someone with this gun?
Yeah.
As long as they don't set the sights to a certain power level.
Yeah, that's right, the power level. Yeah, you said you put it all the way to 10.
That was a thing during that conflict where
I've heard that.
These guys were picking up AKs from the guys they were fighting. They're like, why are your iron sights cranked up to like 10? And they're like, oh, it's for the power level.
Yeah.
To increase the power. So
it's not.
As long as I teach those guys.
I've heard that story too.
And I think it'd be a fantastic
from different
conscript
people.
gun.
Yeah.
It is a good example of reliability for I didn't maintain this, and it's going to run forever.
Yeah, I'd say this is an S.
It's got to be an S.
So let's A- that one. Let's B+ the AR, and let's A- the AK.
Ian, thank you very much. It's a privilege. It's always a treat to have you on. Aaron, thank you very much for your time. Administrative Results. Guys, check them out on YouTube. I'm sure you already do.
Carl,
Thank you,
you
James.
very much
This
for
was
being
a
on the program.
fun exercise.
I told you. I
Yeah.
told you we're just here having fun in TFB TV, and we have a consensus.
3 very different men, 3 very different styles, 3 very separate interviews, no collaboration, no one knowing who else was involved or what they said. They all landed in the exact same place with no encouraging or coaching from me, and they used the exact same reasoning. The FAL, too tricky, too powerful. The G3, just plain too powerful. The AR, pretty good for trained troops, but the AK is the one-size-fits-all for your personal roving ragtag band of state college-educated, hard drug, hyped-up warlords. And honestly, that's what really makes this video interesting. Not just about the guns, not the conversation about the guns, but that these 3 different people with different perspectives, but a similar area of expertise, they all converged. They landed in the same place when we forced them to answer the same question.
I predict there aren't going to be a whole lot in this video series if everyone continues to say the exact same
No, if anything, that's what I love, is we'll show how consistent that these results are.
Look, we can't come together on something.
Exactly. That's exactly
totally
right. That's exactly right. And that's why I'm doing this.
Maybe there still is hope for the gun world after all, or maybe the only thing that we can agree upon, the only thing that brings us all together is the shared understanding that if you're arming the conscripts you picked up in your Hilux from under the overpass, you probably don't want to hand them a crate full of FALs. Thank you for watching TFB TV. Be kind to each other.
Is this going on TFB TV?
Why?
Just curious.
It might. It might not.
And you know what's going to be so funny is like whenever we go back and I'm editing this video and I do this video, I'm going to probably be at a certain point be able to take everyone who participated in this and almost interchange words and sentences.
Okay. What do you know? He now has at least 4, well, 5, because up to was also agreeing. He now has 5 people all agree on the order of the guns on the same logic. We're all a bunch of lemmings. The final thing I'm going to say on that is the biggest reason why you know that the AK was going to win this is because now that's really starting to show. Is because it was designed to be given to untrained troops who are just thrown into the front line. That was the whole AK's entire point. It's a Soviet weapon. They looked at the Second World War and said, all right, we're just going to conscript a ton of people, give them some guns, and send them out to die. what do we do that isn't the Mosin Nagant? And that's what they did that wasn't the Mosin Nagant. So that's what we got. The AK was just, well, meanwhile, the US was like, all right, people are going through boot camp. Boot camp at the time was still pretty questionable of a training regime. It's much better now, but it's still boot camp. But, you know, it was still like, all right, our soldiers are going to understand the weapon that we're giving them on some level. Oh, man. I am pleased with myself, but it's also like, oh my gosh. Anyways. Okay, we got more stuff to do now. We are moving on to our next game. Having people actually volunteer. Well, I mean, Vietnam. Though I guess the AR platform was started before Vietnam. It just didn't get there till Vietnam. But still. All right. Let's get set up for the next one. All right, this is going to be a different one. All right, I got to fire that up. Alright, get the capture going correctly, which is always important. Oh, that's it. That's an interesting aspect ratio it's coming out in. Alright, I'll have to work on that in the future. Aha! I finally made it to level 2. The Oily Depths, which I believe we're going to be able to play in its entirety right now. Hold on, I got to do... No? Okay. Please cooperate. Thank you. The Oily Depths. Which I just got today. nice sensitivity. Let's turn that up. Let's also turn that up. Turn that up for visibility reasons. Turn that off for sanity reasons. I remember the storm, the waves, then going under. I woke to a voice issuing commands. I don't know where I am, but at least I'm alive. I fear I may not make it to Tarshish. My journal. I know that reference. That's what caught my attention and why we're playing it. And it's also why I'm going to keep myself somewhat quiet about it. Order is maintained through obedience. Layer progress. Rock, rock, oil, oil, rock, oil, rock, rock, oil, oil. Check layer, select tool. Use handle to pull down tool, lock clamp arm, start the rig. Please. Yeah, that's as high as the sensitivity goes. And yes, this is gonna turn into an iron lung like. Just we're doing other stuff too. I wish I could get the sensitivity up a little bit farther, but not for this. Sadly. Hi, Rippy. Hello on fire. I'm sorry I didn't catch you earlier. I do not know why the chat is still doing its thing when it comes to Valora. I need to fix that. Directive 2, oxygen is a privilege granted by the directive. Hammer, fire extinguisher. Power is on. Hey. Krill. All right. Oil position. No, this is an iron lung-like. Though it does have some of that Papers, Please overcomplication of mechanics to it. I think we're going this way. No, we're not. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. If this wheel would cooperate. Stop it. If this wasn't quite so finicky, it would be a lot better. There it is. Stability detector, regulate drilling pressure manually. For those of you that have missed it, remember the storm, the waves, then going under. I woke up to a voice issuing commands. I don't know where I am, but at least I'm alive. I fear I may not make it to Tharshish. I'm curious who here gets that reference. I'm glad I remembered this one. I did. All right. Please. Ah, good grief. The finicky controls do not help. Please. Please stop. Hey. Ah! Good grief. Ah. Prepare to meet quota reducing oxygen rations. Of course you are. So we are absolutely going to suffocate at least once. Oh. That's on me. That's on me. There it is. I see it. All right, drill spot. There isn't a pump option, is there? I say as I waste valuable air. Come on. Please! I'm begging you, Cadrolls. Don't look at the oxygen counter, I say as I look at the oxygen counter. Shift concluded, returning quarters. Can I repair that spot anymore? No, I cannot. Okay, that's reset. That's down. Pleasant. That's the same as it was. I called for your voice. You returned only silence. Like I said, I get this reference. So I know where this is going. The vessel requires fuel. Get to work. At night, I press my ear to the hull. There's a strange sound now. I can't place it, but it's constant. It makes me feel a little less alone. I don't know why I keep hitting shift. Friend. Alright, are we doing this? No. Nice try. Yeah, you're still set to drill. No. Fair level of oxygen, according to who? That seems perfectly normal. Some must be Soviet stuff. See, perfectly sketchy. Up to you. You might regret making that reference if this is going where I think it's going. All right. Oh my gosh, the sketchiness of the clicking. I do like the throat singing voice. All right. Oh, we have a ways to go this time. Iron Lung with slightly less infuriating controls. Maybe. I don't know what that is, but I know I'm not gonna... Oh. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, they are avoiding us at least. Oh, there's a lot of them now. Because of course there are. Well, that's all not concerning it. Oh, there we go. Flee or perish. Great. Well, the engine's already going as fast as it can. Please? Please? Well, this is great. Ah. A pump would be nice. A pump that isn't this. I don't know if this is quite how physics work. Oh, thank you for draining. Finish day 2. Hmm? Your cowardice led you to this monstrosity. More is required of you. I fled from you, but even in the dark you found me. I see now, this was not punishment, but preparation. 10 to 1, I know where this is going. Alright, now, pressure. Don't think I don't know. Pet the creature each day. Okay. I was just doing that because when you put that in a game, why wouldn't you? There's both punishment and prep. I'm curious how they're gonna put in the ending because there's references here. Yeah, you let me pet the thing. I'm going to pet the thing. I've discussed this before. There's scenarios where 100% I would gladly just let myself get killed in order to pet things. Being in an open field certainly does not inspire confidence. One arm's eaten by tiger, the other arm's still petting. Yeah, that's me. Excuse you? Yeah, about that dug too deep and greedily. Illegally drink on this account? What? Oh. I ate right before the stream, and I am suddenly hungry again. My hand is shaking hungry. So I'm gonna throw in some food quick whenever whatever's gonna happen happens. Alright, so this is gonna come out. Oh no, it wasn't covering the drill. That surprises me. Yeah, I sometimes get late night munchies, but it's like, it doesn't happen this soon after I eat. Oh. Oh, good. Drink bearer, be filled and deliver him. This is what I think it is. I'm betting it's what I think it is. It's a very short game if this is what you think it is. I was warned it was a short game. Jonah, vessel of my word. A pagan king sits upon a bloody throne. Deliver my message. Nineveh awaits. Very short game. Oh, he was the Krill god. I don't know if the Krill was, but I know that the voice was intended to be. For those of you who don't know where this was going, or don't get the reference, I figured it out like early. It was like, okay, this is a short game. We're playing it on stream. I'm gonna see where this goes. Jonah and the whale is in the Christian Bible, where Jonah was to be a prophet, and he, like most of the people that get picked to be a prophet, actually, absolutely refuses to do it. And eventually, and the Torah, this is also true, and the Torah, thank you. And eventually, after being told repeatedly, go preach here, Nineveh, he's like, nope, I'm getting on a boat, I'm going to Tarthissus, or Shissus, what? The word from the first journal. I'm out of here. And the boat wrecks, and he is eaten by the Leviathan. Which is what I'm sitting here going, okay, our sub is 100% the Leviathan. This is where it comes from. And eventually he repents and is like, nope, all right, I'll go do as I'm told. I'll stop and go do as I'm told. And he does. And he heads off to Nineveh to do as he's told. I thought he was. He might have been, and I'm mixed up because it's been a while. I think you're right. I think he was tossed overboard. Teach my word to this group of people. No, they suck. They don't deserve to hear one. This was not a request. Yeah, that's kind of the whole shtick with most, if not all, of the prophets. But that's arguably why they were picked for prophets. Is that they had it in them to tell capital G God no. There's Zach Speaks Giant has a great couple of shorts on this, actually are hilarious to watch. It's like, when they show up looking like people, you're fine. When they show up looking like eyes upon eyes, mover of the unmoved, that's when you know you're having a bad time. And I thought this was a neat I could see where it was going. It was like, ooh, how's he going to execute it? It's like, that's a neat creative take on it. Regardless of what you think otherwise, I like the religion, mythology, reinterpreted in the modern things type stuff all the time. I'm sorry if it killed some of my horror reaction where I was like, ooh, where is this going? More than, oh no, what's going to happen? But, yep, that's a thing. That's the Oily Depths. It's only like $2.99 on Steam. It's very short, and I doubt it has multiple endings, given what we saw. But there it is. Up to does regret calling the subsite. Told you! I told you! Alright, I am once again going to take a very short break. Well, you could die. Okay, fair. You can die either to oxygen deprivation or drowning. That's fair. You do have those two options. I am going to take another very short break while I apparently get food, because I am apparently hungry. And I was only going to do 2 reacts, and then we'd be playing games for the rest of the time. I guess